Mr. Young.
Thanks, Mr. Y.
Mr. Young.
Mr. Young.
Mr. Young.
Mr. Young,
Mr. Young.
Mr. Young.
Mr. Young.
Mr. Young.
Mr. Young.
Scotty doesn't know. Oh, Scotty doesn't know. So don't tell Scotty. Scotty doesn't know. Scotty doesn't know.
She doesn't care about it. Do you got an apple core right there, McGrath? Just grab it. Just grab it again. I know it's just the apple core, but there you go.
Mr. Young has been a beloved member of the Potomac School community for the past 4 years. He is currently the Upper School Dean of Students and Academic Dean of the 11th and 12th grades, but he has also contributed to Potomac as an advisor, a neuroscience teacher, a lacrosse coach, a musician, a colleague, and a friend. Next year, Mr. Young, his wife Katie, and his dog Sid are moving to Northern California outside of the Bay Area, where he will take on the position as Marin Academy's Academic Dean. Mr. Young, we will all miss you next year and want to thank you for your time and efforts at Potomac.
He was very young. He will never lose that wonderful aspect of youth. And when he is gray and bent, he will still be young.
He was very young. I thought that he was very New England. You remind me of, growing up in New England.
The first time I met him, I was like, wow, this guy's really young. And of course, immediately after you get to know him, you realize that he has a very old soul. And he's a mature guy that has thought of all the angles, every possible way that the situation can come down. So his youthfulness faded away immediately.
The day he came to interview, I was on the committee that brought him to interview. And the day he came to interview, he was wearing the suit and the whole thing. And I had come in and he was already there. And he was very, like he is, he's very sort of stern and formal. And I was sort of like, hey, I'm Alex and this is Potomac. And he was being very stern and formal. And I had to go to class. So I was like, I don't know what to do with this guy. So we had a faculty breakfast thing going on in the athletic department, and I just brought him there, and I was like, this is Scott Young. He's interviewing for Dean of Students. This is the faculty. Bye. I left him there. I think he did okay.
My most memorable moment with him was when he let me drive his car after I got lost in the woods on senior trip, and I biked off to some random place, and he didn't want me to be tired and have to ride back on my bicycle all the way to the rental place, so he let me drive his car and he rode the bike back, and then we met in McDonald's. It was great. And I can't say that any other teachers let me do that before,
I think we went to his house and played Cranium.
Absolutely.
That was
fun.
That
Fun.
was good.
Wonderful.
Should do that
Took a
again.
nice walk to 7-Eleven that night.
We played Newcomb.
Newcomb, our freshman.
Wait, volleyball? Was that it?
It was
But
Newcomb,
yeah,
yeah.
volleyball. We met his wife.
We met his wife.
Katie. Sid. Dog.
He has a lovely home. Lovely dinner.
We had the cookout.
Maggiano's.
We had Maggiano's.
Maggiano's.
I'm so wrong.
It was a cookout.
I liked when Mr. Thomas and Mr. Young and Mr. Barley played at Coffee House. That was a good moment. I loved it when he pulled out his mandolin. He bought a mandolin this year. He pulled out his mandolin and began to play it a little bit, and he was so happy with it. And then he also had a ukulele here. So I guess when he's got the instruments, and you can see that whole other side of him, and he really lights up when he talks about it.
There are also great moments like on a senior trip or different moments where he's standing before a student body and speaks with real compassion and real kindness. I think that he really honors where Potomac is and the kind of community and what kind of students exist here. And he usually speaks of it with such deep concern that those are moments that I remember.
In his 4 years here, Mr. Young has had a significant impact on the community. More than just leading student government and overseeing the discipline process, he has pioneered stewards and peer leaders and has expanded the leadership retreat into a truly meaningful program. Mr. Young is invested in everything he does and through his actions he has inspired this community to pursue excellence and be fully engaged.
I think Mr. Young is an incredibly talented and thoughtful and motivated person. He's brought a tremendous amount to the school. We came in the same year together. We've both been here for 4 years. And think about where the school was 4 years ago when we first got here and where it is now, particularly the opportunities that students have for leadership and to leave their mark on the school. I think he's been a tremendous asset in that regard, and has, he's a very modest person, and he always likes to say, well, these people did this, these people did this. He's really been at the center of a lot of those kinds of changes.
There are times in assemblies there are moments where it is clear that there is a genuine affection for him. And the fact that, dealing with some of the things he has to deal with, and the fact that that affection can exist, says so much about the school that he has been really important in building over the time he's been here. And that's something that he leaves behind that we'll be able to celebrate every day.
Well, I'm bummed Scotty's leaving because he's been kind of a mentor to me. When I came in and first started working with the high school, when you guys were freshmen, I was kind of a loud, bumbling idiot. But now I'm kind of a loud, bumbling idiot with some direction in life. And Scott was a real mentor in helping me kind of, steer a lot of my strengths and using those to be productive as opposed to being distracting, which I can be sometimes. So he's been a really good personal mentor and friend. So I'm bummed that he's going out west, but obviously really happy for him and his family to have that opportunity and be excited about it. So.
His smile, his handsomeness. Oh yeah, his gaucho boots.
The waves.
Just him in general. He's a nice guy. Love him.
I am gonna miss really great tie combinations. Now, seriously, I think that Mr. Young has that sort of resolute, tempered tone that he brings to a room. We can have a chaotic meeting or a confusing moment in the school, and I feel assured when he shows up. I feel that we're going to find a solution or there's going to be an answer. Mr. Young, students don't understand things, but he runs one of the best, most efficient meetings that I've had. When he's in charge of a meeting, I know it's going to go well to be productive. So I'm going to miss that level of consistency and the way he's so even. Plus he's hilarious. He has that deadpan sarcasm sometimes in the middle of a meeting that you're not expecting, and the next thing you know, the whole room is cracking up. So I'm going to miss that little smirk that makes you laugh in the middle of the day.
I'll miss the music. I'll miss the music that something I think we'll keep doing and keep playing with, but it's something I'll desperately miss. Kind of having that outlet, right here at Potomac is hugely important. And I'll miss him. I'll miss. We're all losing a member of our community, but I think we're losing a friend too. It's hard.
He's there when I need him, and even when I don't need him, he's there too. But, no, but he's been really helpful in everything that I've ever needed.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Young.
Thanks.
We'll miss you, dude.
Thanks, Scott.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks, Scotty.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks.
Thank you, Mr. Young.
I just want to say, please make sure to make a room for me because I will be out to San Francisco to see you as soon as possible. Love you much. Take it easy.
Comrado, I give you my hand. I give you my love more precious than money. I give you myself before preaching our law. Will you give me yourself? Will you come travel with me? Shall we stick by each other as long as we live? Mr. Young, we will never forget you, and we wish you the best. Thank you.